As you know, we've had many cancelled Spider-Man projects over the years. One of the biggest named ones is actually a Spider-Man 4 game that I've previously covered on the channel. But did you know that one of the most, I guess, fan favorite Spider-Man games of all time, Web of Shadows, was going to have a sequel, however, it was cancelled. And today we're going to be going over the details and everything that was expected for this game and what the possible story could have been. And do let me know in the comments if you guys actually enjoyed Spider-Man Web of Shadows, because the game is it's really good, but also at the same time, like, the main Spider-Man, like, I don't really like his voice too much. He's quite whiny, but that might have just be, like, it might just be my opinion when it comes to that. However, the gameplay for Web of Shadows is absolutely incredible. It's so damn fun. The combat's incredible. Web swinging still holds up, I feel like. And yeah, let's check out some of the things that could have been in the game. So as you can see, first of all, they've got a design for Spidey here. Obviously nothing too groundbreaking when it comes to Spider-Man. He looks a lot like his, Web of Shadows, prequel self, or, the previous version of him. Obviously, he would have been more higher quality and things like that, of course, and looked way better in the sequel. And then you've also had Wolverine as well in this game. And Wolverine, obviously, depending on, if you take the evil path or the good path. In the evil path, you rip this guy apart, man. You rip him in half, which is insane. And obviously, he'd probably be able to heal from that. But the fact that you can do that as Symbiote Spidey is one of the probably most iconic things that have come out of Web of Shadows as well. And of course, how can you not mention Carnage? Carnage would have been in the game as well. And as you all know right now, for Marvel Spider-Man 2 quote-unquote DLC, or, Marvel Spider-Man 3, we are expecting a Carnage, showdown, pretty much, with the weird Cletus Cassidy cult leader version that we do have. I think it would be a really cool thing. But it's such a shame that we never got to see Carnage in all of his glory, because look at how much of a menace he looks. Carnage just has one of those designs that you really don't want to stray too far from, and this design is absolutely fantastic. I feel like we really could have had something really cool with this absolute design, like, for sure. I mean, look at how clean that looks. You've got all of his tendrils and all of the symbiote tentacles just going everywhere. He looks terrifying, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I mean, would we get bonded with Carnage in this game as well? Like, how would have that worked? It would have been really incredible to see. And then of course you've got Mysterio here, and if you look at Mysterio, he's got like a really sick skull face actually there. And I'm absolutely in love with this design for Mysterio. I think he looks absolutely incredible. He looks very menacing. And Mysterio isn't one of those villains that's really menacing or anything like that, but here he just has the aura of a menace. Also, funnily enough, if you look at the Marvel Spider-Man 2 Mysterio, like, he's also got this skull design as well, but obviously the Marvel Spider-Man 2 design does look really damn cool. Like, this is probably one of the coolest, like, Mysterio designs in general when it comes to this alone. It's very menacing, so I'm glad that at least, like, that design partially lived on in this version of Mysterio. And then we come down here and there's a few more different designs that they were kind of like messing around with. They've got the damn meme there, but you've got like this eyeball which is menacing. You've got just teeth as well. I wonder if that would have like changed during the mission or like during fights and stuff. This one looks really menacing too, actually. I think all of these look great, except could you imagine if this happened, man? I don't know, man. I feel like I'd lose it. You want to know what's funny though? Spider-Man Web of Shadows 2, or Spider-Man Classic as it would have been called, the whole idea of an anthology of boss fights against villains actually lived on in the form of Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, because all the ideas got moved over to Beanox, which I gotta say, that game was incredible. And of course we did get Carnage as a boss fight here as well, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. And Ultimate Carnage just looks insane. I mean, look at this whole sequence here of all of this. It looks Absolutely fantastic. And I mean, how can you genuinely hate Carnage? Look at this design and look at this gameplay, dude. Just going bam, bam, bam. You just first person punching the hell and dodging all of these attacks, man. It was an incredible game for sure. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions definitely deserved a spotlight, and it also kind of helped pave the way for more multiverse things as well. So, you know, they absolutely cooked with it. Oh damn, that actually scared me. So cool, man. So going to this website here, Escapa, the art of BD Fulton. This is what the art that we just saw was. However, you know, we have a bit of a description here that says, before Shaba Games closed its doors in 2009, we worked on our second Spider-Man game to follow up to Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Our intention was to revisit classic Spider-Man villainy in short story fashion, like a best-of anthology of boss fights, told in panel-by-panel faithfulness to the original comic. As such, the game would have been a who's who of Spidey's rogue gallery minus Venom, as we had just spent 2 years telling the biggest ever Spider-Man versus Venom story. So this actually sounds really, really cool. And then we get some like descriptions when it comes to the characters that we see here as well. So Carnage concept painted in Photoshop. In particular, I was personally, does he actually say anything? Oh, no. So I think going down here, in particular, I was personally interested in Mysterio. Often ridiculed, he doesn't have any real powers, but with so much potential, with a fishbowl on his head and a goofy cape, he's laughable. My objective was to give him gravity, and one way to do that was to pull him away from the reality of a man in a suit. And like I said, this just looks incredible as a design for Mysterio. Like, it really, really does. He looks very menacing, very, very cool, and honestly, a game like this sounds sick, right? Like a who's who of Spidey's rogues gallery, and then you just really kind of just have an anthology of boss fights told in panel by panel faithfulness. That sounds sick. Like, obviously it's not the most, you know, open world type thing ever, it doesn't seem like, but the fact that you could have all of it, kind of like a boss rush of some sort in a story, sounds incredible and very, very fun actually. And then you've got this final Mysterio concept created for a Spider-Man game painted in Photoshop. And yeah, look at that, he's even got like these eyes here just staring at you. Like, that is awesome, man. And look at that background as well. It would have been a really, really cool set piece to have a sick battle on for sure. And it's definitely a shame that this didn't really make it, right? And then, you know, you've got the Mysterio concept that's worked on here with all these like different designs that, you know, this like capeless, or at least like a different version of the cape. And then you could see like the mouth, the eye. I guess that kind of looks like a brain, I think. That just, I like that one a lot actually. But these two are really, really cool. This one just looks like a demon trying to escape, and then this one just, that's too funny, man. Like, it really, really is. That's hilarious, man. So, as you can see as well, man, like, this Carnage design just looked so sick. It really, really did. It's definitely a shame, for sure, that this didn't come to fruition, because apparently with this game as well, actually, this game was going to end up having a playable Wolverine alongside Spider-Man, which, again, it's another wild coincidence that Insomniac is also having a Wolverine game in the same universe as Spider-Man. You know, their Spider-Man games as well. So I do wonder if eventually we'll have some sort of team up with Wolverine and Spidey, or if it'll just end up being one of those things where it doesn't really go anywhere too crazy. But, I mean, I could totally really see it, man. I'm just excited to see the future of the Insomniac universe, because obviously this Web of Shadows 2 thing didn't really pan out. But at the end of the day, we do have Marvel Spider-Man 3 and possibly beyond with different spin-offs, because Marvel Spider-Man 3 is going to be the final Spider-Man game featuring Peter Parker, I'm pretty sure. But we've still got Miles, and we probably still have Silk as well. So it could potentially, you know, you could go even further in the future when it comes to those characters. But let me know if you guys would have liked the Web of Shadows 2 game as well, and things like that. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Peace.